The town of Ashwood, Pennsylvania, was the kind of place people drove through without stopping. It sat between dark forests and abandoned farmland, with a population barely over 1,000. Most houses were old, many dating back to the early 1900s. The streets were quiet after sunset, and everyone seemed to know everyone else's business. But there was one thing nobody talked about. The woman on the stairs. For decades, stories had circulated about an old Victorian mansion at the edge of town. It stood on a hill overlooking the forest, hidden behind rusted iron gates and dying oak trees. Locals called it Holloway House. No one lived there. No one wanted to. According to legend, anyone who spent a night inside would see a woman standing on the staircase at exactly 3:13 a.m. She never spoke. She never moved. She only watched. And if you saw her twice, you disappeared. Most people dismissed the story as an urban legend. Until the disappearances began. 17-year-old Noah Carter had heard the stories his entire life. His grandfather used to warn him about Holloway House. Some places remember bad things, he would say. Noah never believed him. Ghosts weren't real. Old houses creaked. People exaggerated. Simple. That was why he laughed when his friend suggested exploring the mansion. It was the last week of summer vacation. They wanted one final adventure. Noah, his best friend Tyler, Tyler's girlfriend Emma, and a quiet girl named Sarah packed flashlights, snacks, cameras, and sleeping bags. Their plan was simple. Spend one night in Holloway House. Record everything. Prove the legend false. Then post the footage online. Easy. At least, that's what they thought. The mansion looked even worse up close. Moonlight illuminated broken windows and weathered walls. The front porch sagged dangerously. Dead vines crawled across the exterior like black veins. Tyler whistled. This place is straight out of a horror movie. Emma forced a laugh. Let's get this over with. The front door opened surprisingly easily. The moment they stepped inside, the temperature dropped. The air smelled like dust and mildew. Their flashlight beams swept across faded wallpaper and rotting furniture. The grand staircase dominated the entry hall. It curved upward into darkness. Sarah stared at it. Something felt wrong. Very wrong. Anybody else feel that? She asked quietly. Noah shrugged. Feel what? She couldn't explain it. It felt like someone was watching them. For several hours, nothing happened. They explored rooms. Recorded videos. Told scary stories. Made fun of ghost hunters. Midnight passed. Then 1 o'clock. Then 2. The house remained silent. Tyler grinned. Told you. Just another old house. Noah nodded. The legend was nonsense. They decided to sleep in the main hall near the staircase. At least that way they'd know if anyone was moving around. The old grandfather clock in the corner ticked steadily. Tick. 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 Eventually everyone drifted off. At exactly 3:13 a.m., Noah woke up. He didn't know why. The house was silent. Too silent. Then he noticed something. The clock had stopped. Every sound had stopped. Even the wind outside. It felt like the world itself was holding its breath. Then Noah looked toward the staircase. His blood turned to ice. A woman stood halfway up the stairs. She wore a long white dress. Her skin was unnaturally pale. Dark hair hung over her shoulders. She looked directly at him. Not blinking. Not moving. Just watching. Noah's heart pounded. He nudged Tyler awake. Tyler. Tyler opened his eyes. Then froze. Oh my God. The others woke up. Within seconds all 4 teenagers were staring at the figure. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. The woman remained perfectly still. Watching. Minutes passed. Then, suddenly, she was gone. Not walking away. Not fading. Gone. Like she'd never been there. Morning arrived. Everyone agreed they had seen the same thing. The cameras had recorded nothing. Only static appeared between 3:13 and 3:16 a.m. No figure. No sound. Nothing. Emma wanted to leave immediately. Sarah agreed. But Tyler was fascinated. "We have to come back." Noah shook his head. No chance. Yet despite his fear, curiosity slowly took hold. Who was she? Why was she there? And why had generations of people reported seeing the exact same woman? Over the next week Noah began researching Holloway House. The deeper he looked, the stranger things became. The mansion had been built in 1887 by a wealthy businessman named Richard Holloway. His wife, Eleanor, died mysteriously 3 years later. According to newspaper archives, servants claimed they often saw her standing on the staircase late at night. One evening she vanished. Her body was never found. Afterward, reports of strange sightings began. The mansion changed owners many times. Most families moved out within months. Many reported seeing a pale woman on the stairs. A few reported hearing footsteps at night. Several disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Then Noah discovered something that made his stomach twist. Every missing person had reported seeing the woman twice. Exactly as the legend claimed. 3 nights later Noah woke suddenly. A strange feeling pulled him from sleep. His room was dark. The digital clock read 3:13 a.m. Then he heard a creak. Outside his bedroom. Slow. Deliberate. Like someone stepping on old wood. Creak. 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 His heart raced. Noah opened his door. The hallway was empty. But at the far end stood a woman in a white dress. The same woman. The woman from the staircase. She stared directly at him. Noah couldn't breathe. Couldn't move. The figure remained motionless for several seconds. Then darkness blinked across the hallway. And she vanished. The next morning Noah looked terrified. He had seen her again. The second sighting. The final sighting. Exactly as the stories described. That evening Tyler called. His voice sounded shaky. "Noah." "What?" "I saw her too." A long silence followed. Then Tyler whispered. "She's inside my house." 3 days later Tyler disappeared. His parents reported him missing. Police searched everywhere. No trace. No evidence. Nothing. Just gone. Exactly like the others. The town panicked. The old legend suddenly felt very real. Noah knew he was next. Because he had seen her twice. And every night since then, he heard footsteps. Closer. 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 On the 7th night Noah locked every door and window. He stayed awake with every light turned on. Midnight passed. 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Nothing happened. Then the power died. Darkness swallowed the house. At 3:13 a.m., footsteps echoed downstairs. Slow. Measured. Coming toward the staircase. Noah grabbed a flashlight. The beam shook violently in his hand. The footsteps climbed. 1 step. Another. Another. Then stopped outside his bedroom. Silence. A full minute passed. Then came a soft knock. 3 times. Knock. 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 The bedroom door slowly opened by itself. Noah aimed the flashlight. The woman stood in the doorway. Closer than ever before. For the first time, she moved. Slowly raising one arm. Pointing behind him. Noah turned. Nothing was there. When he looked back, the doorway was empty. The woman was gone. But written on the wall above his bed were fresh words that hadn't been there before. 6 words scratched deep into the paint. She is not the one to fear. At that exact moment, something heavy moved beneath the floorboards below him. Something much larger than a person. And from somewhere deep inside the house came the sound of a low, unnatural growl. Noah suddenly realized the terrifying truth. The woman on the stairs had never been hunting people. She had been warning them. And whatever she was trying to protect them from was finally coming upstairs.